I was waiting for you because there was some weird background noise. But this should be the cleanest audio I've ever had.
I think it will be. What the trouble is now that if neither of us are talking, it's just the silence is actually deafening.
The silence now is so clear. It's got such clarity to it that actually that's the best bit of the show.
Yeah. Bring back. Have you ever listened back to episode 1?
Yes. Oh my Christ!
It is horrendous, isn't it?
What a dumpster fire that is. It sounds so bad.
Yeah, but I mean the pairing of The Flash and Breaking Bad was immaculate.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Complete sense. They have almost everything in common.
Yeah, I think they both have a musical episode.
I actually didn't know that there was a musical episode of The Flash. So I've learned something. That's really, I was going to say that's cool, but it's not fucking cool. It's musical.
Yeah, you don't mean that.
No, do not.
No, but speaking of things that we know very well, got a couple shows to watch. Well, that we've watched.
I mean,
apparently.
I should say this at the very start. Full disclosure: it's been I don't know how many weeks, but some weeks since we last recorded. I watched the shows maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So
I think I'm actually getting on for 5. I think
you watched this 5 weeks ago, and you remember more of it than I do.
That says more about your memory than how long it's been since we watched the shows.
That's true. In fairness,
So episode 200, where we try and remember all the shows we've ever watched.
I feel like I will do better on that one because I've had longer to remember 200 episodes. When we say episode 200, that's episode 200 of Co-Pilot, isn't it? Which means that's 400 shows discussed. Is that right?
It's give or take, because it does include like the top 5s.
Yeah.
And the episode 100 where we didn't watch any shows. So it's ballpark 200 because there are some shows that we've watched, recorded, audio has been lost, not re-recorded.
Oh,
so there are
the famous Spider-Man episode.
Yeah, which is a shame because it was really fun.
That was fun. Bless it.
Yeah, like I would never watch it again and discuss it.
No.
But like, that was weird. And canon. That's the thing that baffles me the most. Japanese Spider-Man is canon.
I mean, I'm yet to see Across the Spider-Verse, but as I understand it, a lot of Spider-Mans appear in it, and I wonder if he's one.
There in his fucking Zord.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it as a little surprise when I eventually do get around to seeing into Across the Spider-Verse, which I did want to go to cinema to see, but I just didn't get around to. What shows are we talking about today? What shows are we trying to remember desperately today?
Well, we're trying to remember Tell Me Your Secrets, which is going to be us asking our memories to tell me your fucking secrets. And Behind Her Eyes, because that's the other show that we're watching.
What you might find with this one is we speak less about the TV shows and more about just general day-to-day stuff, because that's what I can remember. Which is that actually the premise of that show? Fucking hell. What show do you want to talk about first?
Shall we get Tell Me Your Secrets out of the way?
Yeah, okay.
Because we both remember it the least, because it was the less memorable.
Which is because, I mean, you know, if you have a Midnight Mass cast member in your cast, that's generally speaking, I will give it a look, because I mean, just obviously that's going to appeal to me that, you know, Hamish Linklater's in this. I couldn't tell you a fucking thing about this show.
Well, it starts.
Mm.
Some stuff happens and then it ends. It's one of those.
Is it genuinely someone? Right, it says here, a woman who once looked into the eyes of a dangerous killer. Is that genuine? I don't remember that at all. But is that genuinely the setup of a character?
So it's
that's worse than Amnesia.
There's one of the characters, Emma, was in a relationship with a serial killer, and was, I think, in some way involved And then she's in witness protection, coming out into the real world. But she refused. From the impression I got is that she refused to tell anyone anything that she might have known, or knew, or didn't know. And a mum of a victim who has not even maybe confirmed dead, believes that she knows something. So I think you first meet both of them where they're in jail, and she's just shouting out. There's a lot of shouting. And then she gets out, and then no one finds out that she's out. But then her ex kills himself after he reads a letter that she wrote him.
That bit I remember.
Yeah. And then because he's dead, the mum goes a little bit nuts. And I think has a charity or some sort of organisation that helps find missing girls. Or people, probably, as well. So then Mr. Father from Midnight Mass comes and he's like, I reckon I can offer you some advice because I've got a CD pass.
Because I did a rape.
Serial, so multiple. So thinks he can offer some help in like his I need to find some redemption because I burnt down my church. And then yeah.
I mean, this is right. So I remember thinking this as I was watching it. I was like, this is somewhere between the most generic but also ridiculous shows we've watched. Because it was just so dull. I was like, oh, but we've seen all this before. I don't feel like it was doing anything particularly interesting with it. I was just, it felt like they just decided to plot a bunch of what's some horrible stuff that we can have what horrible stuff can we have had our characters do. We'll just tick some boxes on that and then just throw them in a room and just see what happens. And I really didn't get on with this one, which is a shame because, like I say, Hamish Linklater is incredible. But
the thing is, I imagine I don't know, maybe the more that the history gets revealed, because I think I'm reading here that it says there's a flashback where Emma meets the daughter, and that's, I think, the flashback that's like right at the end, and then it just goes like it's done. And like it sounds like a really good idea where it's like just trying to get to the bottom, but I just don't care. Not that interested.
Yeah.
I think it's because while I understand that the mother is grieving, she seems just quite unhinged. And not like she's not a character that I can go, oh, I'm rooting for her, because it really feels like she's just going to end up killing someone. Or maybe she did it.
Do you know what? I think you've probably just got it. I think that genuinely, I do think that's probably just it, isn't it? So, yeah.
Annoyingly, I went to scroll down to read the rest of the synopses of the episodes.
Someone's got so bored with writing the synopses that they haven't even bothered for most of the episodes.
Yeah. Well, the last one's called "The Dead Come Back," so
there you go. Yeah, it just fell completely flat. This one. I think.
Oh, in a fit of rage, Mary suffocates Ezra with a pillow.
There you go.
I think Mary is the mother.
Yeah.
Oh shit! The thing, I'm sort of half tempted to give it a shot and give it a bit of a chance, but it's also so far down the list of things that I'm giving a chance that it's not going to get watched.
Yeah, I mean, and I know you know what I'm like for carrying on with something that we start here.
Poor. Yeah, your track record is bad. You watched a season of 24.
That's
All of
something I
Gilmore
want
Girls.
to do.
To be fair,
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to at some point go through the list of all the shows that we've watched and see which of them I've actually completed in full. I'm going to make another list. Because you're right. There's not many.
Luckily we've got a spreadsheet, so we can do that on this spreadsheet, and we can both do it. Because I am interested to see how.
Oh, well, you're gonna.
No, I know. The thing is, I know I'm gonna win.
You're gonna get at least triple of what I get.
Yeah.
I think.
Are we including stuff that we finished before we did it on the podcast?
Well, I mean, I got to get some points on the board, so I think I'm gonna.
I think it would be. I think I would genuinely find it difficult to remember which ones I did first and which ones I did after.
That's very true.
But yeah, that should be a fun game. We will reveal the results in episode 200.
Oh, there you go. There's a little throw forward. I have literally nothing else to say on Tell Me Your Secrets, so should we do Behind Her Eyes?
Yeah, well, I was thinking we could have a little padding bit where we talk about
What do you want to pad it with?
Well, I mean, speaking of things that we started on the podcast that we both continued watching.
Go on.
Ted Lasso.
Oh my gosh! Yes, of course. We need to talk about Ted Lasso, don't we?
Yeah, we're I think all the way up to the balls in Ted Lasso at the moment.
Say again.
Nothing.
I just realised my earphones had unplugged, and when I came back in, you were saying balls of Ted Lasso.
Oh, I think I said we're all the way up to the balls in Ted Lasso.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Yes.
I mean, we're in deep. Well, not that deep, but
I carried on watching it. I started up watching it again a couple of weeks ago, and I texted you saying, okay, and I texted saying almost like you specifically will fucking love this show. It's nothing to do with football. Because when did we do Ted Lasso? Was it last year we did it? Was it earlier this year?
I was just looking. It is last year.
Last year it was, right?
Right at the end of last year.
Yes.
Well, the episode went out right at the end of last year. We probably recorded it in
the
June
summer. Yeah. So carried on watching it. It's now become one of mine and Lisa's favourite shows, and I think it's going to be put into. You've got the
Comfort Telly rotation.
Yeah, the rota of shows that you just keep going back to. I think Ted Lasso is 100% going to be in there. So yeah, I fucking loved it. I texted you about it saying right, well we've nearly finished the first series, so you need to hurry up and watch it. And then I think it was the next day you were like, oh yeah, I'm on series 2 now. So
yeah, I have a problem, and that problem is being behind. So I fix it quick. But then I went to the Grand Prix, and then I think, re-overtook me, and now I'm finished season 2.
Yeah, you've done it again. Yeah, we've got a couple of episodes of season 2. We've just had the funeral episode. That was the last one that we watched. And Lise was saying, oh, was it that one? Yeah. Lise was going, fucking hell, I bet Rich likes this one, because it's all dad stuff.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong. The thing that I think find the best about it is it's that really good mix of entertaining, but also I'm just fucking rooting for everyone to be happy.
Yeah, even the bad,
even fucking Jamie.
Yeah, that was a thing that I couldn't believe it. I was like,
so I was like, oh, you're a cunt, you're a cunt, and then you meet his dad, and you're like, oh fuck, I get it.
This is all your fault. Yeah, I mean, apart from I think Rupert, there's every character is
everyone has right. Everyone is redeemable.
Yeah.
Except Rupert. Yeah, you're right. And just fucking Roy.
He's amazing.
Just fucking
He's so
Roy.
good.
I don't think I'd enjoy the show half as much if it wasn't for him.
I think that might be why I love it so much, is because Brett Goldstein's podcast is basically, it's been a regular thing for I think it must be coming up for 5 or 6 years that show's been going. I really, really liked that. And then obviously he was slightly involved in Pod Bible bits, but he showed up to an event that we were covering, and I met him there, and he was just so lovely. Yeah. And then just seeing him,
the only criticism I have of him though is that his hair looks like it's painted on.
I mean he's a
Lego man.
Yeah, otherwise an incredibly good-looking man, but his hair does look a little bit like, oh, we'll just put on, like in games when you create a character, it's just like hairstyle 1. That's Brett Goldstein's hairstyle.
Yeah, like no, like criticizing it makes me feel better about myself. It is very like you're wearing this hair today, but it's a look.
Yeah, I've got such a huge amount of affection for that show.
Yeah, no, it's good, and that was a nice little tangent. So to ease ourselves back in, do you want to talk about the other show we've forgotten about?
Nope. Okay, I'm going to try and give you the short version of what I can remember from watching this 2 to 3 weeks ago.
It starts, some weird stuff happens, and it finishes.
There's a bit. So Louise, she's in her flat. She's getting ready for a date. She goes out to the date.
They don't show up.
That happened. Then meets her
bumps into a man.
Boss. She doesn't realise at this point.
Spills his drink, and he buys her another.
Yeah.
Or he spills.
There's a spilled drink. Do they do the sexy time? Or not? I can't remember.
No, they kiss. And then he leaves.
Kiss. And then the next day she's starting a new. Is it the next day? She's starting a new job.
No, you're getting it wrong. She already works there. He's starting a new job.
Oh, yes. No, I've got that around the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah.
Yeah. But she doesn't actually see him on the next day.
No, don't they keep missing each other?
No,
is that right?
Does she? At some point, she hides in the bathroom.
Oh my fucking Christ! I'm on the Wikipedia page. I'm just looking at the synopsis. There's a phrase that's used in the synopsis for the 6th episode that has put me off this permanently. So, anyway, yes. So you also meet his wife, who is acting kind of like a robot, which is kind of weird.
You were actually, before we started recording, convinced that she was a robot.
Yeah, I genuinely thought, well, that's a robot. So
I checked her Wikipedia to see if she was in the TV show Robots. She's not.
Have we had a look at the actress's Wikipedia thing? Does it say not robot? Because
I don't. I think normally they don't have to.
But this is exactly my point. So, if you were gonna be a robot,
I think maybe what she's doing is acting.
Oh my god, she must be at least part robot. Her dad's Bono.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing.
Here we go. From 2014-2015, she co-starred in October 2015. She appeared in Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies. She's a robot. It's there. It's there in black and white. She is a robot.
There's also a character called Marianne,
who isn't a robot or a French witch.
Well, I mean, we've only seen the first episode. She might be.
Oh my god! Well, can you imagine that? Just such
a weird crossover.
Well, you say that when you having a read about what actually happens, like at the end of the show, it's fucking nuts. So it may as well be Marianne. In fairness,
I've just had a skim of it, and I am going to watch the rest of this fucking show.
What?
I want to see how it gets from I spilled a drink in a bar to murder.
That.
I mean, I think it's murder. There's a body involved.
Sure. Just watch it. Tell me how far through it gets before it shows its hand. Yeah, this was better than the other show. Tell Me Your Secrets. I think that's what it was called. But not by a huge margin for me. I didn't really like this one either.
The thing, I like this one more because it's not overtly trying to do anything in episode 1. If that makes sense. It's trying to just, I think, put characters in the right places for it to just be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And hinting towards, like, because it's, I think even from the poster you can tell it's a bit of like some shit happens. But I think I quite like the slow burning setup-y bit. And I imagine that there's quite the ramp.
From what I can see, it's like it's a very, very, very slight incline, and then when you get to episode 6, it goes fucking vertical.
Yeah,
From
but then
what
that's
I've read.
I think sometimes that's a better way to go than to try and get you to like peaked in episode 1 and then have to maintain that intensity all the way through. Because that's what Midnight Mass does. It doesn't really like throw shit at you in episode 1.
No,
It hints at it.
and then
Like,
when
it hints at it.
Yeah, when you
Like,
go
it
back
knocks on
to
the coffin.
when you go back to it, you realise there's more going on.
Yeah.
Like with the boat,
But I think-
particularly, that was the
Yeah.
first thing I was like, "Oh my god, it's so obvious there." So,
Yeah, but I think that's that's what this might be doing quite well, because it gives you right at the end. It's like, because obviously he's kissed her, and then she's clearly going to fuck him, and then she meets her wife incidentally, like, or is it?
robot, definite robot,
So it gets a bit.
robot-y.
Yeah, gets a bit weird and interesting, but also it's
Because she's
limited
a
series, so
robot.
fuck it, I'll watch the rest of it.
You'll probably finish it by this time tomorrow.
Nah, I've got Ted Lasso to watch.
Oh, fair play.
No, because I remember being like, oh, I want to watch the rest of this, but I'll wait until I've watched the podcast, and then I sort of forgot that I wanted to watch the rest of it. Now you've reminded me.
Ah, well, you're welcome.
Yes.
But
But you're not going to watch either of these.
No,
even if you
absolutely
say you
fucking
wanna.
not. No, I'm not gonna. Like, I just don't. Yeah, I'm absolutely not gonna watch either of these anymore.
You could lie and pretend that you might watch one of them.
If I had to watch one, it would be Behind Her Eyes. And now that I've seen where it goes, I am slightly curious, but I don't have 6 hours to spend getting to that point. So,
Okay, do you want me to spend 6
You
hours
just-
and tell you if it's
yeah.
worth it?
yeah, you let me know how that time spent felt to you when you find out what happens at the end.
Okay.
Our next episode that we're going to record, I can say now, it's going to be a better episode because, well, I mean,
You've
I've
already
watched
the shows.
I've watched one of the 2 shows that we're going to be talking about, and it was just fine. There is the other show that we're going to be talking about. It had grabbed me by minute 2, and I was like, I have to watch this to the end. So we're going to be talking about Clique, which is a Scottish show.
Ooh, very nice.
All about a bunch of kids at university, which is free up there, I believe.
It might be.
Is that
I
right?
didn't
It was.
go to uni in Scotland.
It was at one point free in Scotland.
It was at one point free all across the country.
Well, that is also true.
But then Tories.
Yeah. Never mind. They're losing power, so that's good. And the other show is The Sister with co-pilot's favourite, Russell Tovey.
Oh, I knew there was a reason that that show got on the list.
Yeah. So generally speaking, if he's in it, it's going to be good. And judging by the first 2 minutes, where not a lot happens, but there is a meeting of characters, and one of them says something that causes the other to panic, and I'm like, I'm fucking here for this. I think that it's going to be a really good show. So, also limited series, 4 episodes. 4 episodes.
It's Clique limited series as well.
It's a very good question. I'm not sure. I think it's a full series. I don't know if it then
Got
has
cancelled.
more than one. It's weird, isn't it? The whole series season thing. It's got 2 series. Clique has.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's not too much if it's good.
yeah, 12 episodes. Oh, so it's the British style. It is 6 episodes each.
Ah, the best. I think 6 episodes is a good number. 3 is the best.
Yeah, looking at you, Whitechapel.
Whitechapel there were 3 episode seasons, but there were a lot of them.
It was only 3.
And then some of them are 6
series, wasn't it?
episodes.
Was it?
Yeah, but season 3 is 6 episodes.
Oh.
And it's 2 episodes of Copycat. I mean, they're not all copycats. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Gets a bit weird.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm much more looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm intrigued, and I will report back on Behind Her Eyes.
Excellent. Thank you for your pending research.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience while I deliver the verdict.